Hello everyone, how are y'all? Happy Monday. Oh, Deb. I mean, I'm gonna have to say on this one, everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. Okay. I'm live, I'm good to go. How is everyone doing? Make sure that you comment, make sure that you share, and your name will go into the drawing. I have prizes from last week, and I see, well, nope, I don't see Dora on here. I was going to say, I see Dora, but nope, that is not the name. Dora, you won the By My Side stamp set. I have your mailing address, so I will send it to you. Kathy Goldie, you won the pack of 2021 to 2023 in color designer series paper, the 6x6. I have your address, so I will mail that to you as well. And hey Verna, how are you? And then prizes for next week, we have a bolt of this ribbon. This is the 2022 to 2024 in color. And you'll get that whole pack, and then you'll get a pack of the rustic metallic embellishments. Hey, Angie. And then the other prize is these heart embellishments. They're like 3 different colors, and they're like matted and then shiny and then almost like a rock kind of look. It's kind of cool. I like them a lot. And then this is a pack of the vintage bottle shakers. So I've got those for you for commenting and sharing. Your name will go in the hat for that. And that I think is, oh, I have Club Sharon, this is for you. I was gonna do the Greatest Journey as a to-go class, but I decided I don't think I have enough time to put it together and do it as an extra. So it is gonna be Club for February. And I know I've showed some of you guys these cards before. I know the words are backwards. I'm pretty sure they'll be backwards. Hey, Melissa. So you'll make 5 cards. You'll get a make and take packet to make 5 cards. And I'm going to show you the cards real quick. That one, I love this one right here. And then this one is my favorite. I will also give you the tutorial for the one that I did for the catalog launch party. So you'll get a actual tutorial on that as well. So you'll make 5 cards, but then you'll get a 6th tutorial for free along with this class. This class will include a half a pack of the paper. So you'll get half a pack of the Greatest Journey paper, or Enjoy the Journey, I'm sorry, paper. You'll get the embellishments. And then you will get a full bolt of, or you'll get all 3 bolts of the twine. So, and it comes in 1 pack. So you'll get all of these it's $39. And it's $22 worth of products that you'll get in this month's kit. And then you can also add on the stamp set as well as the dies, because you'll need those to complete your project. And you will only pay cost for it. So you'll pay $23 for the stamp set. That added together. You will get that. Or you can add that on. I'm sorry, there was a notification that popped up. You'll get the chance to add this on to it at cost. I pay the tax and the shipping on it. So that is Club for next month. Emails will start going out this week on that. And if you have questions, let me know. There is a link in the description of this video where you can go in and it'll take you right over to register for that as well. I think that's it. I do. It's kind of a slower week, which is great. I I'm going to be spending this week getting caught up in a whole lot of stuff, which is great, and maybe even get ahead. Yes, that never happens for me, so I'm really excited about that. But let's go ahead. We are going to do the Taco Fiesta set. For those of you that know, I absolutely adore this set. This is a $1 Million stamp set for Erica Serwin. She does pink buckaroo designs, and I have actually followed her since right when I got started with Stampin' Up. So I've always liked her work. This is her $1 Million stamp set, and it is in my top 5 of stamp sets that's in the spring catalog. So we're going to use that today. So let me get shifted down. I'm going to cover it up. Make sure I don't make y'all sick as I do it. As I swing this arm down. Make sure that I have it all set up properly and that I'm not wonky in any way. Let's see. I have to, there we go. I got to switch down to the ground though, not the ceiling. All right, I think I got it. I think I got it. Let me move it just a touch. There we go. I don't swing it quite enough yet. I will get there. I will eventually get there. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that, Berta. Okay, so Taco Fiesta. I decided that we were only going to do one card because, you know, sorry, I got to adjust the camera really quick. It's crooked. There's only so much you can do, and when you really go looking for this set and all the other stuff that goes along with it, a lot of people are making cards, and fun, pretty cards, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to kind of step outside the box. So we're going to make our card first, and then we're going to do the rest. And I am all kinds of cattywampus today, aren't I? Hey, Carol. All right, so let me grab all the supplies for this. I've done some of the die cutting, some of it, but on some of the things we're going to have to fussy cut. So sorry for those that don't like to fussy cut. But I promise it's not too hard. These are really easy like images that you can cut out. And I'm a lefty, and it's easy for me. So, all right, bone folder. We're going to give that a good crease. We're going to bring in our inside piece, and we're going to bring in our little circle here. There is a description in the description of this video. There is a link to my blog, and I have all the measurements and all the products that we use. So you can go right over there and check. And give me just a second. I'm going to put my hair up. And get it out of my face. All right, so we are going to stamp on all 3 of these pieces right here. This is our inside piece. This is going to be for our taco, our hard taco, and then this is going to be our soft taco, and then we'll start layering on top of it. So we have our dies here. Our stamps there. I need black memento. And we're going to make this cute, so we're going to put faces on them. I'll stamp that one there. And then let's actually stamp this taco here on the inside as well. All right, so let's grab our little faces. We're going to stamp a little smiley face. A little smiley face. And then this one is going to be, ooh, it's going to make the O sound. There we go. Okay, we are going to stick this one on the inside, but first I'm going to color it. I need to do that first. So we've got all of our little Stampin' Blends up here. We're going to do our dark granny apple green first. And we're going to color our lettuce that is sticking out, but we're only going to color 2 with the dark green. Because you know, lettuce is all kinds of different greens. So we're going to make some a little light and then some a little dark. All right, so we got that one. Now we're going to do our lettuce over here. And we're going to do here. And I'm skipping those little ones right here. Out of everyone I've seen use this stamp set and color, it looks like those are possibly tomatoes. I don't eat tomatoes unless they're cooked in spaghetti. So, but we're going to color those. We're going to pretend they are tomatoes, and we're going to color them Happy Parade. And I came up with this card, just so y'all know this, I came up with this card because I looked at Pinterest. I went on and I searched Taco Fiesta birthdays. And it came up with a whole bunch of cakes. And these colors were on a cake. It was like ruffled. And then it had like tacos and it had cactus. So I decided to stick with the soft and a hard taco. But that is how I came up with it. All right, we're going to do this one at the same time. So let's do our lettuce. And that is actually where I get a lot of my ideas, is off of cakes, which I think I've told y'all that before. I also love, I could waste hours upon hours watching people make cakes. You know, a lot of people get stuck in like the TikTok videos and stuff. I get stuck on YouTube watching cake decorating. Have no idea why, but I'm quite obsessed with it. When I was younger, I actually used to make cakes for people for their birthday. And I did. I enjoyed it. I actually still have a lot of those things. Ben says I need to get rid of them since I don't bake anymore, but I enjoyed it. And then I found card making. And then here I am. I don't get to bake very often. I still make cakes or, you know, stuff like that for church or whatever, but that's about it. All right, so there is our taco, and that was So Saffron, so that was the light and dark of So Saffron. We're going to color our shell. We're going to color it with crumb cake because the soft shells are a little lighter. They're not yellowy. But I couldn't really find a color that I thought worked. So I thought crumb cake was the closest to that. And I just did the dark where the dots were. And then the rest of it's just going to be light because we don't want it to be too dark. All right. There we go. Now we're going to cut out this taco here. We're going to stick this piece on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and do that so I don't drop ink on it. We'll close that up for now. Because y'all know I will stick my hand in it or stick the whole project in it. Cards have a lot less calories. Boy, do they. Do they. I will say that I didn't eat very many of the cakes that I made. Usually they were for other people, which was always nice. So I made them and they went out the door. Okay. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment before I do the fussy cutting, just so that I can move the ink completely off for this card. So we're going to do a long time no taco. And we're just going to stamp it right down there, and then we'll cut it as needed in a bit. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and fussy cut our taco out. I put some brand new scissors over here so they wouldn't be sticky. I don't don't really think any of the images in this set are too hard to cut out. I'm a lefty, so things are always a little harder for me, but I feel like it's pretty easy because they're so small. You just got to take your time and move that paper. And of course, y'all know I gotta be quiet while I do it. You gotta like hold your tongue a certain way. Gotta concentrate. All right, there we go. Straight line. Just about. All right. So there we go. We have that taco. We'll go ahead and pop it up so that we don't lose it. So we're gonna pop that up with some dimensionals. I'm going to put 2 on it. We're going to stick that right about there. And we're going to take a piece of basic white cardstock and we're going to build our little background here. And I think I'm going to start, instead of starting with the polished pink, I think I'm going to start with maybe the grainy. Actually, let's start with the Pacific Point. And the reason for that is I felt like that was too much pink right there together. So I'm going to add a bunch of adhesive just right on down my cardstock here. We're going to start with Pacific Point. So we're just going to line it up at the bottom here. These are cut in strips of 1 inch by scrap. So they were all scrap pieces. And then I trimmed them off the sample one I did. So they're all about the same size. I almost did a ruffle for this card, but I didn't. I should have. I might make some more cards with this one because I really do like this set. And we only get 4 months with it, you know? All right. So now I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm going to trim off both those sides. Got to reach and grab it. And we want it to be the width of our white piece. So I'm going to make sure that I get it pretty close to that. And we're really kind of looking at 3 3/4 so that it fits on our matted part. So that's going to trim off a little bit, but that's all right. All right. Put all that in the trash. And then we've got our piece there. We're going to attach this to a piece of basic white. And it's just a little tiny border just to kind of give it a pop. It makes your card base thicker, so we're not going to pop this part up. We're just going to put it flat. And we're going to line it up like that. We're going to flip this over, add adhesive to it. And then attach it to our card front. And again, all the measurements are on the blog for it. We are going to take our little circle here that we did. We're going to pop that one up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll stick it right about here. We're going to take and trim off on this side. We're just going to cut right on up. Just give it a little bit of room on that side and just trim. That doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to stick it right up underneath. And what we want to do is we want to kind of hang it off a little bit so it covers up this part of like the center of our bow. So let's go ahead and tie our bow. This is the twine that will come in club. And this is pumpkin pie. And I made that a little too big over there. Let's see if I can get it to stop twisting too. Okay, we're gonna trim off the tails. Grab a glue dot. And then we're just gonna lay this right here on the edge of our circle. Let's see if I can get that to, let me grab another glue dot real quick. I'm gonna see if I can get that to stop twisting. So I'm gonna put this glue dot right here. And there we go. All right, we're gonna take dimensionals and put dimensionals here. So we want it to line up even with our taco there. That does not want to work, does it? It does not like me. All right, maybe when we cover it up, it'll work just fine. Dimensionals. All right, so we want to make sure that we put a dimensional here and a dimensional here. And the end part's just going to hang over that ribbon there. Okay. Pretty simple card. You could use a lot of scraps with this card. The last thing we want to do is we want to add these little opaque adhesive gems, which I'm going to tell you, I really like these. Yes, Brenda, it is an amazing stamp set. I have been quite in love with it. I have one other card that I'm going to show you at the end that we did in class this past, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, the first Saturday of January, or yeah, whenever class was, whenever it was. I almost used it again for bingo, but then I didn't, since half the people that were there were going to be in class too. So I decided not to. All right, so here is the first card. Pretty simple, and I think it is so stinking cute. Hello, Michelle. Okay, we'll see ya later. I hope you're having fun in Monk's Corner, though. I'm jealous. I'd like to be there because I'm sure y'all are crafting a little bit, aren't you? All right, let's move on to project number 2. And project number 2 is this cute little pencil holder. Forever ago, before I ever even saw this catalog, I came across these at Target. You know, Target has those little dollar bins or whatever they are, and it has tacos, pencils that are tacos. Well, I really kind of got it because they were more for boys than anything else. And I thought they would be great for a like craft fair. Well, I never did anything with them. And so I decided I still had them, so we're going to do it. Now, I will tell you, one pencil we have to use is an egg, but it'll be okay because the holder fits 3. If you really make the holder smaller, it really is, you can't really do anything with the front. And what I'm actually going to do is stick these in little plastic bags. Actually, I've got some right here, maybe. Yeah. So I'm going to stick them in plastic bags like this, and I'm going to put them in upside down, and this will protect them and kind of help with the bow, but it'll fit just perfect. And then I'll tie it down here, and these would be perfect little Valentine's Day gift for boys, because they don't want the girly stuff, right? They want the more masculine. Well, pencils. Pencils are always a great thing to go. And, it says you're not your nacho average friend. So I think that's very boy-like. You could change the colors up too to make it a little bit more boyish if you wanted. But that was my thought process behind it. All right. We're going to do some scoring. I had to write down my measurements. I had to write down my score lines, and I had to mark these because I could not remember them to save my life. All right. So on our short side, we are going to score at 1 and 3/8. And 1 and 3/8 is right before, so here's like your, I don't know if I can zoom in. Let's see if I can zoom in. Ooh, I can. Okay. So if you look, here is your half mark. Your 3/8 is right before your half mark there, okay? So we are gonna do 1 and 3/8, and then we're gonna do 2 and 3/8, and then 2 and 3/4. Okay, and then we're gonna flip it to our long side, and we're gonna score at 7.5. Just a little tiny piece down here. You could score it 1/2 inch or 7.5. Okay, let me see if I can, oops. Let me see if I can come back out. I'm learning all this technology, y'all. I'm learning. But there we go. Yay! That worked out. Okay, so we're going to fold on all of our score lines. And then we're going to cut off a little bit. All right, so we're going to trim up on all of our score lines down here. And we're going to notch everything in a little bit. So we're going to do a little pie shape. All right, oops, I messed that one up. There we go. Okay, then we're going to trim off the end here. So we're going to notch that one in too. Then we are going to cut off this whole piece right here. We don't need that piece. We're going to flip this over. This is going to be our front piece here, and these two are going to be our back piece. And we're going to take the piece that we cut here, and it's going to go on the inside. It's going to go like that. Okay? But first, before we do that, we're going to stamp and sew saffron our little nacho chips. And we're just going to stamp all around. And I'm not really going to worry about this back piece. I'm going to do a little bit so that it doesn't look like it's, bare on this part, but we don't need that piece because it's going to be completely hidden. And I know I move slow with this. I'm just turning the page to make it easier for myself. Okay. There we go. I'm going to take tear-in tape, and we are going to run it all the way down here, and then all the way down. So we're just going to put 2 strips on it, just like that. And then we are going to take this piece here, and we're going to put a piece of tear-in tape on it as well. All right, so let's take this piece off. See if I can get it with my scrawny little nails. And then these two here. Oh, you know what? I did it again. Okay, so we need to notch in just a little bit here. So we are going to, we're going to cut just up, and I'm just doing it by, you could use a punch if you wanted to. I'm just kind of doing it by eyeball. I think I did pretty good on the sample, so we're going to try it again. Of course, this will be where I mess it up, right? And then we're just going to go straight across. So we're just cutting a little box out of it, just like that. Okay. Simple. You could use, I know most people probably still have their old like circle punches. I do. So you could definitely use a circle punch too if you wanted to. All right, so then we're just going to fold this over. We're going to make sure it's lined up at the top evenly. And then we're just going to let it run all the way down. And then give it a good crease there, or good burnish. All right, and then we're going to fold in our two little pieces here, fold in our back piece, and then fold over our front piece. All right, we'll stick all three of our pencils in. We're going to put the blue one in the middle. And in order to keep them kind of in, because they do slide, I took little glue dots. It's not going to hurt them because it'll come off if you put it on the metal piece. It'll come off. So we're just going to stick a glue dot on the metal piece, flip it around, and then stick it down. Most likely they're going to destroy the box anyway, so I figured it would be okay. All right, and then one more. But this will keep them secure. Now, if you do decide to put it in a little baggie like that, you know, right off on the bat, then you wouldn't have to, because it would keep it down that way. All right, and then one right here, and then we will flip that bad boy around and stick it down. We're gonna adjust this one a little bit. There we go. Okay, one thing I do want to do, this is gonna make it look better. We're gonna go corner like that, and then we're gonna do it again on this side. I probably should have stuck the pencils in last, but that's all right. I forgot this step, so we're making up for it. There we go. Whew. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. Okay, so we have our box. It's all ready, and we are now going to take and stamp our sentiment on here. And our sentiment says, your nacho average friend, which I think is so stinking cute. We are gonna stamp that in black memento. And this die right here, I wanna show you this die. This die is from one of the sets from the catalog, the new catalog. It's called Something Fancy. And it's like a whole suite, but I really like the Something Fancy stamp set and then the Something Fancy dies, because they are tags, all kind of different tags. And I love this one right here. So that's what I cut out. And then I'll show you real quick. This piece I cut out from the Beautiful Shapes dies. Okay. So let's stamp that right there. Oh, and then we're going to stamp We're gonna stamp our nachos again. So I need to clean to get off the So Saffron. And then we're gonna stamp it in black memento. And then we're gonna stamp our little bowl here. And then I believe that's it. Yes, it is. Okay. Already cut out those pieces, but I am going to color them with you just so you can see that. Now for our sentiment, we're going to make it just a little smaller. So I'm going to cut there. And this is just so it'll fit in that bag, if you choose to let it fit in that bag. We're going to flip our sentiment over and we're going to put some adhesive. And then we're going to line it up so that just a little bit of green shows. And we're going to set that aside. All right, so now let's color our nachos. So we're going to take dark So Saffron, and we see where the dots are. We're just going to color where those dots are with the dark. Then we're going to take the light and just go over it. Okay, pretty simple. We're going to take Smoky Slate and we're going to color in our bowl. And don't forget your feet. We're going to take Granny Apple Green. We're going to take the dark. And we're going to go over the dots with the dark. And then these little, what I call clouds. So that's just going to give it a little bit of definition there. And then we will color in with the light Granny Apple Green. And we're creating guacamole dip. I'm not a guacamole fan. Oh, Verna. Yeah, they're amazing. They are. I think you will love them. Yes. Okay, so I've already cut those out, so we're good to go. You don't have to watch me cut them out again, so yay for that. We are going to take and adhere this Cajun Craze piece here. I thought it was very Mexican, I guess. When we go to our Mexican restaurant, they have a lot of bright blues and a lot of like the deep reds, kind of like a real red, but then they also have a lot of the Cajun Craze and then the yellows. So that's why I went with those. All right, we're gonna take and pop up our sentiment, and we're gonna put the dimensionals in the center. And we're gonna put it at an angle right there. We're gonna pop up our bowl with a one-dimensional. We're gonna stick it right here. And we're gonna get out some mini dimensionals because the large dimensionals will not fit. We're gonna stick one on the single one, and we're gonna pop it right here like we're dipping it down into our dip. I'm gonna put one there, and we're gonna put one right here next to it. Take off those backs. And then we'll stick this right there. Okay, this is pretty easy as well. These would be great Valentine's Day gifts for little boys. You could even make them for girls too. They would make great craft fair items as well. So there's all kinds of things that you could do with these. Give them to your neighbor. Everybody needs some pencils. You can put some really nice pens in it. The girls in my office would love nice pens in this because they're pen junkies. So, which I am too. I like to have all the nice pens. Okay, we're going to take this Parakeet Party. I think it's called Metallic Woven Ribbon. We're going to take it. I think that's pretty close to the Granny Apple Green with that shimmer on it. So we're going to fold in half and tie a bow. Trim off those ends. Let me move that pen so I don't stick myself. Grab a glue dot. And we're going to adhere it right up under our sentiment. I'm going to move it down just a hair so that you can still see the sentiment. All right, so that is project number 2. And I'm going to go, while I've already got this out, I'm going to go ahead and tie this just so you can kind of see what it would look like. And I'm not going to do it in a bow. I'm going to do it I'm just going to tie in a knot like that. I wasted a whole bunch of that, I know. Okay. So there we go. There are the 2 versions that you can do. You can put one in the plastic or you don't have to. So, all right. Let's set that one aside. And our last project is probably one of my all-time favorites, things to do. I love to make little holders for the Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer. I use this hand sanitizer. I mean, obviously not specifically like this bottle here. I have a whole like drawer full of them, and as I run out, then I just kind of grab the next one. But I try to, every season, I try to go grab a couple different ones because you never know what's going to come out in the catalog. And I think I've used this kind before too on other one that we had. Well, I think we had cactus, so a couple years ago. So here we go. We are going to make this little holder. I'm not the designer of this box here. I searched on Pinterest many years ago when I did my very first one, when they came out with this version. And so I got it from another demonstrator, and I can't remember who it was, but I've kept that same pattern that I used back then to create today because I love this style of it. I did put a glue dot in there to keep it down just because it does. It can fall out because it is, you know, there. So if you are giving it to someone, I would recommend putting it in a little baggie or put a glue dot on the bottom to keep it in. All right. So we are going to pull out our scoreboard again, and wouldn't you know, I don't know how my dimensions for this one. Okay, hold on. I gotta go look. I'm pretty sure it's just one on each side, but hold on 2 seconds. I am going to go look at It's not going to give me my keyboard, is it? Hold on just a second. I don't know where my sticky went. So I'm going to have to go to my website. Oh, of course, it's not coming up either. Okay, here we go. All right, let me go look at the measurements. Read more. Okay, so on this side here, which is our 5 3/4, we are going to score at 2 and 3. I'm going to take these off really quick. Oh, sometimes they're hard to get out. All right, we are going to score at 2 and 3. There we go. And then we're going to turn to this side, and we're going to score it at 1 and, okay, I have 4 3/4, but that's not right. It should be 2 3/4. Because you want an inch over here and an inch over there. So I will go in and correct that when we get done. I guess it's a good thing I looked, right? All right, so we're going to fold on all of our score lines. All right, let me bring back YouTube. There we go. So I can see comments. Hey, Karen, it was good to see you too. I know we didn't get to spend much time talking, but it was fun. I had a lot of fun on Saturday. A lot of fun. All right, so we're going to trim our insides here, and we're going to do flat on our long panels. We want to make sure that stays flat because that's going to be your front. That's going to be down on your bottom, so you don't want the V cut into that one. So it's just going to be flat, and then you're going to do half a pie. I hope that makes sense. All right. So then we are going to make sure all those are good and folded. We're going to put adhesive on the inside of these flaps here, and I'm just using Seal Plus, which works. Our Seal Plus is very strong and works for these 3D projects. So I am a little special. I don't like my flaps like this to show on the inside of my box. I also think when you slide things in, it gets caught. So we're going to take and put them on the outside like that. We're going to take the shorter side, and then we're going to pull it up, and it's going to cover up those little flaps. And then nothing gets caught when you're sticking it down in there. I was going to look. I wonder if, no, a gift card will not fit. Almost, but not quite. Okay, so we're going to fold this up. And then do that. And just like with the pencil box, we're going to take and trim from corner to corner at an angle. And of course, I don't do very well with the corner to corner. I need to, there we go. All right. Now, I have a piece of, well, I had a piece of Butterfly Kisses DSP. So we're going to use 2 pieces of that. This one right here, though, I want to wrap around my box to kind of make it look pretty. Give it a little extra design. So we're going to use our Seal Plus. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the seam right here on the front because we're going to cover it up with that circle. So we're going to put this right here. And then we're just going to fold as we go. And then adhere it down as we go as well. Somehow we're a little crooked, I can already tell, but it's going to be all right. We're going to make it work. All right, so there we go. So now we have our piece here. we're gonna take and pop up our little circle after we wrap our ribbon around it. Yes, it is, Nicole. It is really good for a lot of things. You could put hand sanitizer in it. You could put some little chocolates in it. You could do, you know, they have little mini like sunscreen, things like that. It would be perfect for any little Cersei, what I like to call. All right, so we're just going to tie a big bow over here with my favorite ribbon over on the side. And we're going to trim off the ends. Maybe. The box doesn't stop turning. There we go. All right, now we're gonna put on our little piece of, so this is not basic white. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. It is textured glimmer, or what Stampin' Up is calling shimmer paper. It's gorgeous and it has a shimmer to it, and I absolutely love it. There is blue, so it's balmy blue. I believe it's shaded spruce. Hold on, I'm gonna look at it real quick, because I'm telling you, it is absolutely stunning. Here it is. So it is balmy blue, yep, shaded spruce, and then white. So this is what it looks like. And I think I said this when I was doing like my unboxing. I love it. And it's got a nice shimmer to it. It's almost like they took a wink of Stella and literally rubbed it over the whole cardstock. And then they ran it through a textured machine. And it is stunning. Hey, Miss Linda, how are you? Okay. We're going to put dimensionals on here because we're going to pop it up. So we're going to put 2 up here. And I'm putting it over the ribbon to kind of help make sure it stays in place. I don't think it'll fall off, but you know, just to be on the safe side. And then we're going to stick our circle here, making sure that it covers up our seam, but also goes even with the side of the box, or the bottom of the box. We are going to take our little green strip that matches our belly band, and we're going to put it down, and we're going to put it at just a funky angle. That's all we're going to do with it. Okay. I've already stamped and cut out our little male cactus there. Now we are going to stamp on Melon Mambo. We're going to stamp our cactus again in black memento. And we are going to put a face, because you know what? These things are so stinking cute. You gotta have a face. So we're gonna put a little face, as almost like she's blushing, right? And then we're just gonna fussy cut her out. So we're gonna do my favorite thing, which if you've watched me for long, you actually know that I do not like to fussy cut, but I really like this set, and I just decided to make an exception. All right, so I'm going to take my time with this one, because I'm going to get down. These are the little arms, what I'm calling arms. So we're going to make sure we get it all trimmed up here. Move my paper. This is so not going to be pretty looking, but we'll fix it. The cactus might be a little harder than the rest of them, only because it's very round. And I will say, you probably really need a good pair of paper snips for this one. All right, so let me trim that off a little bit more. Okay. I am good with this after I fix this little boo-boo right here. There we go. We're gonna pop up our cactuses here, or cacti, Do you say cactuses or cacti? I don't know. I don't know. I know, Nicole, they are. The little faces that they have in this entire set is really cute. So they've got like the one that's like, oh, and then this one is winking. That one kind of reminds me of blushing. And then of course you got your just regular old smiley face and then your mustache, which is so cute. All right, let's grab a new sheet of dimensionals so you don't have to watch me cut those. All right, so one dimensional. And then we are gonna put our little mustache one here and this one here. And I'm putting their little hands over each other, kind of like they're holding hands. We are gonna stamp our sentiment right here. Now, I pulled the sentiment from another set. I pulled it from the Friendly Gnomes, and I did the Love You. Because this would be a cute little, oh, I already have it out. This would be a cute little Valentine's gift too, you know, for some coworkers. It could be good for anybody, in my personal opinion. But, you know, girls especially, because they like the little cute stuff. We're going to put dimensionals on the back of this. And we can use regular dimensionals. They will fit if you put them on just right and hold your tongue a certain way. And then we're gonna stick it right over the bottom of their feet. Now I don't have dimensionals on the bottom of their feet, so literally it can just go on top of those feet and it'll hold secure. All right, and that is our little holder. And that is all of our projects for tonight. Let me bring in, was it like the designer played with? You know, that is correct. That is correct, Nicole. All right, so here are our other projects. Nice and festive and very, very fun. I had a lot of fun with this set. Oh, let me see if I can grab from card class the card we did then. I carry around my cards with me, so if I have downtime, I can type tutorials. So I have a little box. So this is the card we did in class. We did the guacamoles, and we did Holy Guacamole, It's Your Birthday, which I thought was so stinking cute. Okay, so these are all these projects, and if you have any questions, let me know. Again, you can get all the measurements for these 3 projects here on my blog, which is in the description of this video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.